Ooh, all right, let's go. Hey, make sure you put those electronic devices away. Let's clock it and lock it, my people. Let's clock it and lock it. Could you please subscribe, give me a like, tell your friends, tell the internet, tell everybody about what we're doing here. Download this free PDF. It's in English and Spanish. Perform some problems and come on back. Spend some time with me. See how you done. All right, we're going to write an equation based on two ordered pairs. This should becoming really much easier for you at this point if you've been focusing, working hard, and getting rid of your distractions. Make sure you realize that ordered pairs come in alphabetical order. So that would be those would be my x values, and those would be my y values. All right, remember, to find the slope of a line given two ordered pairs, you take the change in y over the change in x. All right, so we have to differentiate between the y's. x1, y1, x2, y2. All right, so y2 is negative 5, and y1 is 4. x2 is negative 4 minus 8. All right, so negative 5 minus 4, that's negative 9. And negative 4 minus 8, that's negative 12. A negative divided by a negative is a positive, and 9 over 12 reduces to 3/4. So make sure you reduce those fractions, please. Let your calculator do the walking if you don't know how to do that mentally. That was mentally in a weird accent. All right, so now I'm going to find the y-intercept of the line that goes through these 2 points. So I refer to y equals mx plus b, and I substitute in what I know I want to find. Remember, the goal is to find b. I substitute in what I know, not what I want to find. All right, so what I know is I know the m, I know the x. Now the x and the y can come from either one of these ordered pairs. One of them is easier to deal with than the other. I like when they're not negative values, so I'm going to use this one. So x is 8, y is 4. All right, let's substitute in. So my y becomes a 4, my m becomes a 3/4 because it's m times x. I'm going to go like that, and that's what I'm looking for. Okay, multiply by the top, divide by the bottom. So 8 times 3 is 24. 24 divided by 4 is 6. You can put that in your calculator, and that's what you'll get. Now, in inverse operations, so I'm going to do the opposite of a plus 6. So I'm going to minus 6 from both sides. Negative 2 equals b. Remember, y-intercepts are ordered pairs. I didn't ask for the y-coordinate. I asked for the y-intercept. That is an ordered pair. Okay, now we're going to write the equation of the line that has that slope and that y-intercept. So I'm going to say y equals 3/4 times x minus 2. All right, now we can graph that. We can graph it by plotting the y-intercept. Always start with plotting your y-intercept. So your y-intercept is 0, negative 2. We found that in part B. So x0, y negative 2. And then from there I apply my slope, rise over run. So it's a positive 3, so I go up 3. It's a positive 4, so I go over 4. Now look at this real quick. I think this is important. Aren't these equal? They are. A positive divided by a positive is positive, and a negative divided by a negative is also positive. So they look different, but they're the same. So I'm going to go down 3, because the negative 3, and over 4 in the negative. Look at how I still get a point on that line. All right? All right, let's draw that line. I like to be as accurate as I can. Remember, drive it all the way through. And also, you got to put arrows on the ends. These things go on forever. There's no restrictions. They go on forever. Okay, that's a good looking graph. Now we're going to find f of 8. Oh, write it in function notation. Okay, I love that. Okay, function notation is where you take the y out and you replace it with f of x. That just means for every input, there's one and only one output. So I'm going to go up here, and I'm going to take that y out and replace it with what we call function notation. Nothing else changes, just the y value looks different. It represents the same thing, the output, it just looks different, that's all. Now if I'm going to find f of negative 8, we did this way, way long ago. This is function notation. So f of negative 8 is equal to 3/4. I'm going to put a parenthesis where there's an x in my rule, and in those parentheses I'm going to put that number. That's what they're asking me to do. I don't do anything with the left-hand side. I'm just evaluating the f function with an input of negative 8. And then I simplify the right-hand side. Multiply by the top, divide by the bottom. 3 times negative 8 is negative 24 divided by 4. That gives me negative 6 minus 2. That's negative 8. What? Negative 8, negative 8? All right, all right. Does that look like it'd be about right? Right? If I negative 8, it'd be about here. And I come down. Doesn't that look like it would land right about at negative 8 down here? Right? So I feel like that's very, very good mathing right there. Okay, moving on. We're going to do it again. All right, if you haven't done it, try it. So pause, come on back, and see how you did. Remember, to find the slope, you use this formula. Substitute in, what do you know? You know that these are your x's. You know that these are your y's. Right there. Okay. And then I like to label them. I'm going to call that number 1, number 1, number 2, number 2. All right, let's do it. So I got y2, that's negative 1 minus 11 over 3 minus, now because I'm subtracting a negative, I'm going to put it in parentheses. What happens with that negative negative? That turns into a positive, right? Okay, negative 1 minus 12, minus 11. I did the math in my head. Negative 12. 3 plus 6 is 9. Please reduce that fraction. That's negative 4/3. Notice my pattern is I always put my negative with the rise, right? It's just a good habit. Every time I've done this problem with you, it's been the same every time. So good habits breed success. All right, now we're going to do the y-intercept. The y-intercept is y equals mx plus b. I got to identify the things I want to substitute. Remember your goal. Find the b. So I got to substitute in what I know. I know m. I know an x. I'm going to say 3, negative 1. And I know a y. You could have used negative 6, 11. If you did, that's right. You're going to get the same answer. So if you paused and then used that one, no worries. Keep watching. You'll see what happens. Your y value becomes negative 1. Your m is negative 4/3. And your x is 3. Notice how I use parentheses because that's m times x. And that's what we're looking for, the b. Multiply by the top, divide by the bottom. So that's negative 12 divided by 3. That's negative 4. You might have also noticed that multiplying by 3 and dividing by 3 are inverse operations. Okay, and now we're going to go ahead and solve this equation. So add 4, and I get 3 equals b. Remember to write that as an ordered pair. 0, 3. All right, now we can write the equation. Y equals, we know our slope, we know our y-intercept. All right, let's go. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and graph it. To graph it, I'm going to substitute in, I'm going to do my b, which is 0, 3, and I'm going to do my m, which is negative 4/3. All right, so always start with plotting your b. So 0, 3, right there. And then apply your slope. Notice the negative goes with the rise. Right? It goes right there. The 3 is positive. So I'm going to go down 4 over 3, just like that. And I'm going to draw my line. Okay. Right there. Put arrows on the ends. Put arrows on the ends. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to write using function notation. Let's do it. F of x, instead of y, we put f of x equals negative 4/3 x plus 3. I'm going to change this, and it will be on the handout as well. Let's find f of negative 21. Ooh, that's a big one. I think you can do it, though. Okay? So I'm going to change this problem on there. We're going to find f of negative 21. So f of negative 21 is equal to negative 4/3. Boom, boom. That's where my negative 21 is going to go, into the rule. The rule is how I change the input to the output value. So I'm going to put a negative 21 right there. Multiply by the top, divide by the bottom. I'm going to go ahead and use my calculator on that one. So I'm going to do negative 4 divided by 3, open a parenthesis. That means multiplication. And I get 28. So this equals 28 plus 3. Hey, what's 28 plus 3? 31. Now how you write this is you're going to say the f function with an input of negative 21 has an output of 31. Let's go. All right, kiddos, good job. Good job. Stay strong. Remember to get your devices out of your face and work on yourself. Make yourself the best you can be. Thanks for being here. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to tell your friends. All right, bye-bye now.